a very good evening to you. You're watching News 9 Digital. I'm Pratibha and thank you for joining me live today. Well, lockdown, coronavirus and the subsequent effects of it have had quite a crushing impact on our economy. Even though things have now started to ease up, a question that has no answers as of now is when will things go back to the pre-COVID levels? Now, because of the current situation, even those who have that kind of spending power will think twice to spend the moolah because, the uncertainty involved. But in what is a very positive sign, the Finance Ministry said that the month of September has shown very credible signs of economic growth towards normalcy. It also made it clear that the government is not averse to taking any further measures to ease the suffering of the people. Now, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, an international body, has also said that the damage to global economy this year will be less than what was previously affected. It's going to be unprecedented, but not as bad as what was expected. Now, of course, we're coming to the end of the year. Now that October has started as well, it's time for festivities. So will festivities really add to the cheer, or will it not have that kind of an impact this time around? Because we don't have much to celebrate about. To discuss more on this and to give us further information on that, CS Sudhir, the founder and CEO of IndianMoney.com, joins us live. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. Sudhir. The Finance Ministry has said that, there are signs of economic growth towards normalcy. Is it pre-COVID normalcy they're talking about, or, as normal as can be in such a situation?
It is normal as can be, because pre-COVID level will take a long time to come back, because the entire chain has broken, right? Because economic wheel has to completely run. Only then you can claim that the economy has bounced back completely. But that has not happened because of various reasons. Starting with many businesses have closed down and many people have lost jobs. And because of that, the consumption has gone down because people don't have income, right? So now what we are talking about is basically the GST collection and those numbers. But that can't really talk about the economic recovery in a way, right? Because economic recovery, is not just about the GST collection, because GST collection is the transaction which is really happening in the country. But that doesn't signify that the, economy is recovering now.
Okay, but would you say it's because of the disruption in the supply chain? Is it also because, people are also hesitant to go out, and that's something that several businesses knew as well, of course, apart from the fact that there was a sudden lockdown for such a long time. And now as well, even if people have that kind of spending power, they're not really even thinking about spending because of the situation and because of the uncertainty that's going to continue. So, and that in effect has also affected the businesses.
Yeah, there are two parts to it, right? So one is those who have actually lost their livelihood because of the pandemic, because of, people are not going out, like aviation, tourism, travel, the restaurants, like many, even the private school teachers for that matter, right? All of them have lost their livelihood now, right? So they don't have any income. And the second one is those who have money, they're kind of, saving it for the future. They just don't want to spend all the money, and then they really don't know when it is going to bounce back, because we still don't have clarity on the vaccination. They are claiming that vaccination is ready, but how efficiently it is working, we don't know. The number of cases reported is only increasing day by day, right?
Yeah. So there are several factors to it. But now, October, November, December is the time when we usually see a lot of economic activity across the country. So this time around as well, will festivities really bring that kind of a change? Or do you think, it's going to have a very minor impact perhaps, because festivities are also not going to be the same. It's also going to be festivities in the COVID era. So it's not going to have such a big positive impact.
See, if we measure the activities only on the India side, we have India and Bharat.
Yeah.
So India is only the top 5% of the population. The remaining 95% is Bharat. Now, whatever the activity we see today, like IT sector, for that matter, right? So they had work from home and they were all working. You may not see much issues there, right?
Okay.
You will see e-commerce portals. I think they may do a decent business even now.
Okay.
But the Bharat part, I mean the rural side, the construction laborers, the small business owners, all those unorganized sector, right? Because in India, out of about 60 crore working population, we only have 6 crore people employed in the formal sector, because that number is very easy to get it, because these are the people who have enrolled with them and who are actively contributing to PF. That number also has gone down because of the pandemic. So keeping that in mind, my suggestion here is, if this bounce back has to happen, government has to really make a big surgical strike here, because if that has to happen, because in all the sectors government has to bring in some momentum. So how do we do that? Number one, now we are talking about waiving of interest on interest given to these people, all that, right? But instead, if there is more project financing happening to a lot of the new projects which can actually bring in more momentum, more activities, right, across space, be it agriculture, be it business, industries, and be it real estate. Every sector, if government can start funding project finance, which is more of creating new opportunities, not just damage control, because waiving of interest on interest and all that is basically damage control, right?
True.
That has already happened. So now what we need to do is we have to create more opportunities. People have to get back to work. For people to get back to work, there should be opportunities. So any project which can create more opportunities, maybe, like for example, in Karnataka alone, if I have to talk, the road construction and all has completely stopped, right? So if you talk to those construction or the contractors who used to work on road construction and all that, it is completely stopped now.
So resume the activities, and then slowly and steadily we'll get back to where we were. We don't really know for sure, but it's a possibility that can happen if we resume the activities full-fledgedly.
Absolutely. Like, in the rural Bharat, right, because of Manrega, the employment guarantee scheme, a lot of these rural people are getting employment now. There is some guaranteed employment.
Yeah.
How well they are utilizing it is secondary. The point is, at least people have got some opportunity. Similar way, for the urban poor, urban middle class, we should create more opportunities now. To create more opportunities, we should fund projects which can actually create more opportunities. One, of course, the public spending, which is directly by the government, by starting the highway construction, by starting the road construction, whatever possible, the public spending. The second one, of course, supporting more industries to come up, funding more new industries and all that. And also probably small businesses. A lot of these, probably government has to give a new lifeline to Mudra scheme. And they should say, hey, if you have a new idea, whatever you're doing, you need more financing with an idea or project, I can fund you more. So through Mudra, Stand Up India, Startup India, government should actually fund these new projects which can create opportunities.
True, absolutely. All right, Mr. Sudhir, many thanks for joining us with your expertise on that. So bring in a lot of reforms, bring in the kind of changes that will boost more economic activity across the country. As of now, the Finance Ministry has already said that in the month of September, there were credible signs of economic growth towards normalcy. In the coming months, it's only expected to get better. Slowly but steadily, even if it is not to pre-COVID levels immediately, we will get back to that, and that's the hope that we are all living by. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comment section your thoughts on this subject as well. I look forward to that. Thank you for watching. Take care.